we're just getting ready now for the next event on the track, the women's 3,000 metres. I wonder if it can deliver as many thrills as we've had from the last two men's finals on the track. The 3,000 metres won by Jakob Ingebrigtsen and the men's 800 metres that have just finished. So, we have 12 women in this field. On the outside, it's Marta Garcia, the very good Spaniard. Ines Fitzgerald, European under-20 cross-country champion. Maureen Costa, big cheers. One of the fastest women in this field with a personal best of 8:33. Sarah Healy we saw there, 8:30 this year. Leah Meyer, possibly one of the outsiders, but we have the fastest woman in the 3,000 metres in Europe this year. Melissa Courtney-Bryant, 8:28. Sarah Madeleine. Hannah Nuttall, British champion over 3,000 metres, one of three Britons in this field. Salome Afonso. Afonso took silver in the 1,500 metres. Lisa Roons, the Belgian, and Ludwika Kalavatli on the inside. Veronika Liszowska. So those are the 12 women who are going to be contesting the 3,000 metres. So they're away. This is looking a little bit quicker than the men's 3,000 metres, but they're all still bunched at this early stage. It's Afonso who's got herself to the front. Alongside me once again, Wendy Sly, Olympic medalist from 1984 and a very astute commentator on women's distance running. How do you see this race unfolding, Wendy?
Well, it's going to be interesting. Obviously, the women in the race would have watched the men's 3K and seen how that played out. Hannah Nuttall has gone to the front, which again is quite interesting given that she played a little bit more of a waiting game in her heat, but they're not exactly pushing the pace on here. It's pretty steady as they go through the first lap.
Yes, 37.80. Well, we've seen a lot more pedestrian long distance races in the championship, so this is at the moment a fairly honest run. Nuttall, you'd have to say this is a good tactic from her, keeping out of trouble.
Yes, as we've mentioned several times before, this is a tricky track to navigate. The straights are quite short, it's not that easy to overtake, and getting in the right position at the right time is critical at this event.
Just gone through 1 kilometre in 3:09.19. Leah Meyer to the front, but tragedy there. It looks like Maureen Costa has gone down. We didn't quite see what happened with the incident. We'll try and give you more details, but she's been moved from the track and the medics are dealing with the situation as now that increase of pace has left Leah Meyer in front, followed by the Pole Veronika Liszowska, running well as well at the moment, the Italian Ludwika Kalavatli. Here's that incident with Costa. So just seems to trip up over the French woman, Madeleine. She's on the inside of the track, but the race is carrying on.
Yeah, there's a little bit of bumping and barging as people were just trying to find their place in the field. And Costa, who's one of the fastest women in this race, was a bit of a victim of all of that. Such a shame to see her go out.
Yes. Meyer at the front, though. Liszowska. Courtney-Bryant moving up into a good position, and Sarah Healy, of course. Well, the Irish, they're looking for medals later on in the pentathlon from Kate O'Connor. Maybe Sarah Healy can deliver one a bit quicker. And it's looking as though the pace is picking up here. We've got 8 laps to go.
Yes, the fielders start to string out a little bit, and it's good to see Melissa Courtney-Bryant and Sarah Healy in that leading 4 or 5 there. Again, 2 of the favourites, both with fast times this season, 8:28 and 8:30 respectively, in the big meeting in New Balance in Boston earlier this winter.
Well, Afonso, she got a silver medal in the 1,500 metres earlier in these championships, so she's got a couple of races in her legs. Do you think she can be a factor? Because we know that she's got a quick finish. She's a little bit far back at the moment, and the pace is starting to crank up. Is that going to 1,500 metres going to tell, or will she be able to use that quick finish?
Well, she's in a very good spot there because she's out of trouble. She's got a clean run should she wish to go further forward on the straights. And, yeah, it's going to be a very interesting last few laps of this race. And actually, as I say that, here she moves up onto the outside.
Well, and you don't even need a crystal ball. I'm very impressed about this. I'll have to ask you about a few things about football results and things like that. But let's get back to athletics. And it's Leah Mayer at the front. And she looks as though she's imperceptibly cranking up the pace as we come through 2 kilometres. 6:03.15, 5 laps to go. But they then started to concertina back together again. We're just seeing the Spaniard go to the fore as well. Garcia. So it's Garcia, the Spaniard, gone to the front now, starting to pick up the pace, but everybody else is covering this move. It's quite bunched. Would you be worried at this stage with 4.5 laps to go?
Actually, very interestingly, I think Melissa Courtney-Bryant has moved into a very good spot there. I think when you've got 8 or 9 athletes fairly bunched like this with only 4 laps to go, it's a pretty tricky race to navigate. And Ines Fitzgerald, I think, getting slightly frustrated there and trying to move up on the outside.
Well, Ines Fitzgerald, we know, is a phenomenal talent, has won titles at European under-20 level over the cross-country, got close to the medals on the track at World under-20 level last summer. But Garcia looking good at the front, has to be said as well. Melissa Courtney-Bryant looking very relaxed. Sarah Healy coming up into 3rd place as well at the moment. Leah Mayer, that leader in the middle stage of the race, starting to look a bit tired now. Afonso, her head bobbing away. We're starting to lose a few of the runners off the back. Liszowska, Madeleine, Runes all starting to get detached from the main bunch. But it's still Garcia at the front. We're coming up 3.5 laps to go. 700 metres. Garcia now starting to really throw down the gauntlet to the rest of these runners, but it's looking as though it's a really good run from Melissa Courtney-Bryant. Courtney-Bryant, of course, cracking runner on all surfaces. 400 metres to go now.
Yes, at this point, I think it could be anybody's race here. You've got some fast finishers. You've got Garcia pushing it on from the front. Millie Courtney-Bryant and Sarah Healy hanging on in there. And the 2 other Brits, Ines Fitzgerald and Hannah Nuttall, still in that group.
So it's Garcia coming around the top bend for the penultimate time. The strain starting to show on the Spaniard's face. Courtney-Bryant still looking very composed indeed, so too Healy. It's Spain, Britain and Ireland. 1, 2, 3 at the bell. Mayer's gone through a bad patch. She's now back in the mix, although she's badly boxed. Coming around the outside as well. Hannah Nuttall doing well at this stage. Nuttall still in contention for medal. Oh, Nuttall nearly tripping there as the pace starts to accelerate with 100 metres to go. Courtney-Bryant takes the lead, followed by Healy. This is going to be an absolutely fantastic battle coming off the bend, but Courtney-Bryant has got the inside lane. Healy, though, getting round her. Healy's going to take gold. That's Ireland's first ever women's gold medal in 55 years of these championships. Well, Sarah Healy has done what no other Irish woman has ever done. Not Sonia O'Sullivan, Katrina McKiernan and all those other great Irish women. She's taken a gold at these championships. 2nd place goes to Melissa Courtney-Bryant, and Salome Afonso comes through for 3rd to add to her 1,500 metres silver.
And what a great race that was. Millie Courtney had said before the race she wanted to upgrade from a bronze previously, and she did that in style. For a moment there, we all thought she was going to get the gold, but Sarah Healy, just over those last few metres, was the strongest athlete. A fabulous race to watch and a good result for both Ireland and Great Britain there.
Well, it was a 2:50 last kilometre. Tim Hutchings doing grand work, passing me notes as the race is going along. Here's the closing stages of that race. And Garcia, you've got to give some credit to Garcia. She did all the hard work over that final kilometre. But unfortunately, she just presented an open door to the likes of Melissa Courtney-Bryant and then Sarah Healy to walk through. Afonso came from a long way back, but her 1,500 metre speed took her through to the podium once again. and Garcia just slips out of the medals, but just look at that finish. Healy, of course, great 1500-metre credentials as well.
Yeah, I think that was the critical factor. Healy is a 3:57 1500-metre runner, almost broken 2 minutes for 800. Melissa Courtney-Bryant maybe should have gone a little bit earlier, who knows. But Healy there, simply the quickest in what was, by the standards of these ladies, a slow, tactical race. And brilliant running from Healy. What a half hour for the Irish after that bronze in the 800 with Mark English. Boy.
Absolutely, and as I said, the first ever women's gold medal at these championships for Ireland. Well, the Irish have got a couple of gold medals in the past on the men's side, but Sarah Healy writes her name into Irish athletics history.
Fantastic bronze for Salome Alfonso too. She's broached new ground here.
Well, there's the results. Confirmation that gold does go to Ireland. Sarah Healy, 8:52.86. Just beating out Melissa Courtney-Bryant, the Briton, just 600ths in arrears. And Portugal's Salome Afonso taking the bronze.